YouTube matches 860. Savinelli Tundra today. The 644 KS. With some McBaron Scottish blend. And I'm probably messing everybody up because it's Wednesday, not Friday. Taking some more vacation time. I'd like to give credit to Phil Rivara for this video. He came up with the title. All I had to do was put it together. Kind of a few little stories about relationships between boys and girls prior to adolescence. I grew up with no sisters. So anything I learned about girls early on was done in the wild. My friend Phil had a little sister. Used to tag along once in a while. This one day we were playing. She says, I gotta go potty. He's yelling at her to go home. All of a sudden she starts crying. What's the matter? She says, I wet my pants. I looked over. There was a spot about this big, the crotch of her pants. I thought, that's odd. Then I looked down. There was all this pee coming out of one shoe. How does that work? I was too preoccupied with playing, but my mind left me a note to pursue that oddity at some other point in time. This was about the same time that kids start to play doctor. One day right after that, I found myself at the minister's house, hanging out with his daughter. You already know this isn't going to end well. We go around to the backyard. Playing doctor is sort of like your first kiss. You don't plan it. You don't know what's going to happen. It just happens. So there we are. Pants down. Full examination mode. I'm pondering this whole pee coming out of the shoe situation. Her father comes around the backyard. Boy, did he come unglued. Had to give up my practice that day. It's a good thing all that happens before public school, because they wouldn't put up with those shenanigans. But I went home wondering what the big deal was. To me, her front looked just like her back. Anyway, kindergarten rolls around. You got all that curiosity behind you, so you're into learning and playing with the other kids. My kindergarten, you had boys playing at one end of the room with blocks and cars and trucks, and girls down at the other end. They had this little dollhouse, all outfitted with teacups and kitchen appliances and the whole works. These girls were sneaky. I was playing with my friend, building blocks. One of the girls yelled to my friend, "We need a good strong man up here to help us open a drawer." My friend gets up, he's got his shoulders back and he's trotting down to the dollhouse, thinking he's going to help these girls out. They descended on him like a flock of seagulls, kissing him and rubbing his hair. His name was Mud for the rest of the week. First and second grade comes along. You've got these oversexed little brats chasing you around on the playground. We called them kissing queens. These girls would get a hold of you, they wouldn't let you go. After recess, somebody would inform you that since you got kissed, you had cooties. That created all kinds of worry and turmoil. Third and fourth grade, probably the best of both worlds. You kind of get this little interest in girls, but the only way you know how to show it is showing off or playing pranks on them. Of course, back in the day when they had inkwells and desks, I'm sure everybody's heard the story of the little boy reaching up in front of him, grabbing one of the girl's pigtails and dipping it into the inkwell. Just showing signs of affection. In my day, though, I think we resorted to putting plastic spiders into the girls' desks and putting some rubber dog dew on the seat. If you wanted a really good laugh, you got a hold of some rubber cement. You rolled it into a booger, had that hanging out of your nose. That always got a few laughs. Then you get into fifth grade. This is where it got crazy. Sometime during the year, the act of giving wedgies appeared. It was insane. Everybody gathers before school, and you have boys giving boys wedgies, and boys giving girls wedgies, girls giving boys wedgies. Everybody walking around bow-legged, picking wedgies. Luckily, by the end of the year and into the 6th grade, that dies down a little bit. At least you got people giving wedgies to the opposite sex, which makes it a little better. When you think about it, the wedgie is like your only chance to make indirect contact with the opposite sex. Minor thrills. Sixth grade, though. That's where I ran into a problem. I think there were 2 girls in my class. I call them overnight wonders. One day they're out playing on the playground, running around with everybody. The next morning they show up for school wearing a bra and a sweater, with a really bad attitude, I might add. Was all lined up waiting to get into school one morning. A little commotion in front of me. I noticed some wedgie activity going on. Figured that it was going to be quite a while before recess, so might as well go for it. I had this overnight wonder standing next to me in line waiting to get into school, so I went for it. Boy, she socked me right in the eye. Got into school, putting my coat away in my locker. My friend comes over to me, whispers in my ear, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that. I think she's got something going on down there." How does he know this? That was the last wedgie I ever gave. Of course, the coming year, adolescence would kick in. There's like a year or 2 of withdrawal, and I'm ugly, nobody likes me. Interesting time of life. So, that's my little story about pigtails and wedgies. I hope to do a tobacco review next, maybe Friday. I'll thank you for watching and catch you in a couple of days.
Thank you.